Hey everybody, this is Geo Joe here today with a new product announcement. This is a new service called GV-VPN that GeoVision has just recently released. And this is a utility that allows multiple GeoVision softwares to be able to securely communicate with each other without having to do port forwarding. So GV-VPN, it does allow you to be able to communicate between programs such as the GV-VMS software and the remote viewing software Edge Recording Manager or Control Center, or really a suite of GeoVision products. So GV-VPN, as you can see in the illustration here, it can be installed on multiple PCs that are running GeoVision software. And what it will do will be to send the video through a P2P connection relay to the GV cloud and then back down to the other PC that is running the GeoVision remote viewing software. Again, this is a convenient way for users to be able to remotely access their video without having to do port forwarding on their router. So for this video, I would like to show how to set up the GV-VPN. Now, a couple things before I get into how to set it up. The GV-VPN is free for the first 10 hosts, and then there is a license that you can purchase to allow you to connect more hosts than the first 10. Now, what constitutes a host? So a host would be any piece of software that you're connecting to the VPN. For example, the GeoVision VMS software, that would count as a host, and then also any connections of the Edge Recording Manager software. So let's say, for example, you've got the VMS plus 3 remote users that are going to be running the Edge Recording Manager. That would count as 4 hosts, 1 for the VMS and then the 3 Edge Recording Managers. You get 10 connections free on the VPN account, and then if you want to exceed that, you can purchase a license. Now, to start the process, you will want to go to the cloud website, which is www.gvaicloud.com. And you will want to hit the sign up button. Once you are on here, you will fill out your information, your username, your email address, phone number, and you will create a password. Once you do that and hit sign up, you are going to receive an email with a confirmation code. You will want to hang on to that information for later parts of the setup. Now, once you receive the email confirmation, it will give you an account number. You will return to the GVAICloud.com webpage, and it will have a spot where you can input that account number as well as your email address and the password that you created, and you can then log in. Your first step is going to be creating a VPN. Now, to do that, you will click on the VPN icon right here. Once you are on the VPN setup page, the first step will be to hit the plus sign, Add VPN. Once you are on this screen, the first step will be to create a VPN ID number. Now, something to pay attention here is it does give you the characters that you can utilize for this ID number. It can only be lowercase characters, as well as numbers and a hyphen. So just keep that in mind whenever you are creating your ID. I'll create one called ID test 123, and you can hit verify to see that it is available. We get the green box here and no error message, so it is available. You will then want to enter in your password that you utilize for the cloud page, and then you'll need to enter it again for confirmation. And once you have done that, you can then hit send. If it is successful, you will see that ID number added here to the VPN setup page. Once you have created your VPN account, the next step will be to download the GV-VPN utility. If you go to the GeoVision website, which I will link to in the description of this video, you can come here to the GV-VPN page and scroll down to download, and it will bring you to the downloads page for GV-VPN. You have your GV-VPN utility right here, and then the guide that shows you how to set it up. So we can go ahead and click download, and it will download the utility. You will need to install this on as many machines as you are going to be connecting to the GV-VPN utility. So for example, if you're using the GV-VMS software and the Edge Recording Manager software, both machines need to have this GV-VPN utility installed. So my install is finished here. I'm going to go ahead and bring it open in Windows Explorer. and extract it. And I'm going to go ahead and run this. Now you just walk through your install wizard here. And hit finish when you're done. Now, for the purposes of this video, I have installed the GV-VPN utility on a PC at my office that has the GV-VMS software running. You can see on the current screen we have the VMS with just one camera on it, and I'm going to use this as my remote site, whereas in a moment I will show you a screen that has a Edge Recording Manager software installed on a PC at my home. So I am remote from the office, and I will utilize the GV-VPN to be able to bridge the gap between the two of them and allow for remote viewing without port forwarding. So the first thing that you will do on the VMS software side with the GV-VPN is to go ahead and enter in the ID that you created within the cloud web page. So we'll go ahead and type in that information, ID test 123. Your host name, this can be whatever you would like it. I will call it the GV-VMS. And then you'll enter in the password. And this is the password that you created whenever you made the GV-VPN account. Now, you also need to create a LAN IP, so you can go ahead and choose what you would like. This can be anywhere from 198.18.0.1 through 198.18.255.254. So I will keep this as 198.18.0, and I will make it .71, for example. And once you do this, you now will hit connect. Now, under our status menu, it does show connected here, but you will also want to take a look at the NAT type. And you'll get a message here just depending on your environment for your NAT type. So there's different messages you may see here, one being moderate. This means the network environment is applicable for running the GV-VPN. Restrict, like you see here in this example, shows, and what that means is the network environment is not applicable for running GV-VPN, and it may lead to an unstable connection. You might see exceed limit. This means that the number of hosts that you have connected to GV-VPN has exceeded the system threshold, so you would have to then purchase the additional license. Or you might see unknown. This means the connection is undetectable, and you'll want to make sure to hit connect or check if the network environment is detectable at that point. So we have now set up the GV-VPN on the VMS side, and we will now look at setting up the GV-VPN on the remote side with the Edge Recording Manager program. Now I am back on the PC that is running the Edge Recording Manager remote viewing software, and I'm going to configure the GV-VPN, and then I'm going to get my VMS added to my Edge Recording Manager as a host so I can remotely view. So when you open up the GV-VPN utility, you will go ahead and enter in the ID that you created in the cloud web page. You will then go ahead and give this a host name. So I will call this ERM1. And then you will enter in the same password that you have been using within the cloud. For your LAN IP, you will also need to select a LAN IP here. So let me make it 198.18.0.72. And then we will hit connect. We now have a connected status. Once we have the GV-VPN enabled on the Edge Recording Manager PC, we can then go into the Edge Recording Manager and add the host of the VPN. So to do that, you go over to your host list and hit the plus sign and go to add host. Add VMS/DVR/NVR. You'll get your host settings window that comes up here, and you will want to go ahead and type in your host name. I use GV-VMS on the VMS side when I enabled the VPN, so I'm going to go ahead and use that as well. And then right here, you will enter in the same IP address that you configured on the VMS side in the GV-VPN. So 198.18.0.71. You will then enter in the ID and password of the VMS software that you are connecting to. And then hit Update Information. It now says System Information Updated Successfully. We can hit OK and OK. We now have our GVVMS host added to the host list. We can expand it, expand our camera list. We have camera 1 here. We can now drag and drop it into a position. And we do have our live camera feed from our office there. In this case, this is a PTZ camera. So I can come in here and I can move this around and I can see live video footage from a camera at my office without doing any port forwarding. This has been a tutorial to introduce the GV-VPN program, as well as how to set up the GV-VPN. For further information on our product line, please check us out at www.geovision.com.tw/US. Thanks a lot for watching.